When I say Tottenham fan, what comes into your mind? Can you describe the feelings?
Dickheads? No, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
When I was a kid, I knew that there was a good word in the house, and that was Tottenham, and a bad word in the house, that was Arsenal. It was just the way it is.
The first word that comes to my mind is pity. Coming close and then bottling it is what I really find synonymous with Tottenham and their fans.
I detest them.
You're walking down the street and you see one coming to you, you notice it, you can see it a mile away, the red shirt, and you're like, fucking there's one of them lot. It's irrational, it's silly, it's just, I can't describe, it's just, you know, I hate everything about them.
The enemy, that's what comes into my head, especially on this week, North London derby, enemy.
When you're surrounded by them and they're as successful as they have been in the last, 20 years or so, it's really hard for them, for the way they kind of talk about Spurs and the way they have talked about Spurs in the past, for it to not get to you.
It was a plucky underdog type of rivalry that when those games came along, if you could nick a 1-1 draw or 2-2 draw, anything just to upset them. Now, we should be beating them, and we should be making them cry at every opportunity.
What does it feel like in the week run up to North London derby? It's a mixture of confidence and nerves.
It's horrible. It's the one game actually during the season that I want them to win more than any other, regardless of where we are in the league. It's all irrelevant. As long as we've got that, we can keep you guys in your place, I'm happy.
It's very hostile. The most hostile ground that you're going to go to is pretty, to be honest, it's dangerous. You know, I had a lot of problems there last year. It could have got horrible there.
I felt great when Spurs finished above Arsenal. We've been waiting for it for just over 2 decades. I was fucking unbearable, to be honest.
St Tottenham's Day is something that, Arsenal fans have got used to over the last 20 years, maybe a little bit too used to.
No St Tottenham's Day, it felt unusual, you know what I mean? It's like not having Christmas, what's going on? I mean, my birthday's not happening, it felt really weird.
It was a kind of rubber stamp on the fact that, Spurs can compete on the pitch with Arsenal. In
terms of where Tottenham Hotspur are as a football club and where Arsenal are as a football club right now, I know where I'd rather be, and that would be Tottenham Hotspur. And I don't think that many people can argue with that.
Has the power shifted in North London? I don't think it has entirely, but there's no denying Tottenham have made amazing progress.
Listen, Spurs have got a lot better. They're a lot better than they were, definitely, but they still haven't won anything. And despite Arsenal being pretty poor over the past few seasons, we've still won trophies. So to me, until Spurs win a trophy, you can't say the power shifted, so no.
To me, it's a good thing. It's the wake-up call that Arsenal and Arsene Wenger needed to say, Tottenham are making moves, let's do something about this.
When talking about a power shift, you've got to look at how far behind Spurs were for many years. There wasn't we couldn't even conceive of finishing above Arsenal because for so long, Arsenal have been too good on the pitch. But since Pochettino's taken over, it's kind of not a dream anymore, it's just a reality that this is going to happen. And I think that stems and creates a better rivalry between the clubs.
I think the rivalry is as venomous as it's ever been, but now Arsenal fans realistically have to take a little bit of humble pie in certain situations because Tottenham are doing things that we're not. They're in the Champions League. They have the top scorer in the Premier League for a consistent number of seasons. They're doing bits that Arsenal perhaps haven't been.
The future of the rivalry is going to be really interesting. I think more fun, because I think, if this stadium move works in the way that us as Tottenham fans hope, then it's only going to help push us further away from Arsenal, I think.
The days of Spurs being kind of dismissed, forever in your shadow, all that kind of stuff, are gone because we're going to be competing. We're going to be up there challenging for league titles. As long as Pochettino sticks around and we get into that new stadium, and we have the money, there's no reason why we won't be competing with Arsenal fans. I think Spurs we're set up for this.
Spurs now, they've got a very good team, they've got top players in their team, and they've been beating Arsenal on a regular basis when it comes down to White Hart Lane. So it never was an easy game anyway, even when Spurs weren't doing well. But now it's like a very difficult game, and the rivalry now is even more intense.
Things will change in my life, many things. I've lost my hair, but that feeling of bile hatred will never ever go away.